Economic growth and sustainable development. We are now going to focus on the macroeconomic concept of economic growth. Macroeconomic activity is the overall production, income and expenditure that takes place over the whole economy. The circular flow diagram on page 110 of your text depicts this. Have a look at the diagram while you are listening to this recording. As you can see, the diagram has three components: production, income, and expenditure. Production is the total value of goods and services produced within an economy. Income is the total income earned by those who contribute to the production of goods and services. Expenditure is the total spending on goods and services that are being produced. These should be equal when measured in monetary terms, as those who produce the goods and services earn income from them, and the income will eventually be spent on goods and services within the economy. Hence, the circular flow. However, the word should is significant here. In reality, not all income is put back into the economy as expenditure on goods and services. Money can be redirected to savings, taxes, and to spending on imports, so it's taken out of the circular flow. This is referred to as a leakage. Savings is money that is saved in financial institution. Taxes, money paid to government, for example as income tax or GST. And imports, goods and services that Australian residents buy from foreign economies and are produced overseas, are all leakages. These leakages are offset though, or balanced against injections to the economy. Injections are other expenditures that puts money back into the economy. The opposite of a leakage. Investment demand, which is spending on capital investment goods. Government demand, goods and services bought by the government. And export demand, Australian goods and services that are bought by overseas residents, are all injections. Leakages are offset in the following way. Savings are loaned to investors for investment in capital goods. Taxes are spent by the government on goods and services. Imports can be offset against exports. Savings reduce expenditure. Investment adds to expenditure. Taxes reduce expenditure. Government spending adds to expenditure. Imports send Australian dollars overseas. Exports bring foreign currency into Australia. If leakages equal injections, economic activity will grow slowly. Remember that spending on capital goods, capital investment, will generate new production. So it will also generate new income and expenditure. So there is some growth. If leakages are less than injections, economic activity will grow in dollar terms. So economic growth will be positive. If leakages exceed injections, the economy will shrink in dollar terms. So economic growth will be negative. Aggregate demand is the total expenditure on the goods and services produced in the economy over a period of time. In the simple circular flow diagram, aggregate demand equals consumption demand, or AD equals C. Consumption demand is the spending by households and non-profit institutions that serve households on consumer durables such as cars and white goods, semi-durables, clothing, single-use goods such as food, and services, medical, personal trainer. But our economy is more complex than that. We are not a closed economy, so we import, and we do save, and we do pay tax. And each of these leakages is offset by injections in the form of exports, capital investment, and government spending. So the equation becomes more complex to reflect these factors. AD equals C plus I plus G plus X minus M, or aggregate demand equals consumer demand plus investment plus government spending plus exports minus imports. X minus M is known as net exports.